Last time on Zero to Hero, our boy Syl was working on the regular grind. Did he set up his ult? How can he complete things so casually? Find out that and much more on this final episode of Zero to Hero. Hey everyone, so this video is titled a little bit differently, and I think most people are saving their energy for the new expansion, which is actually dropping tomorrow. So I wanted to do something a little different this time around for the final episode of Zero to Hero, at least for Season 1. I'll be going over some background structure on my thought process as I work through things, and I'll be doing a little recap of the account as a whole. So I'll tell you what we did this week and then set us up for what we're going to be doing in Season 2. So in the last 22 weeks since I started this series, I have an account value of just under 8,000 gold in a little bit over 210 hours played total. In that time, we've completed Corteria map completion. We've got 2 gifts of battle. We have completed a Generation 1 legendary weapon, which was the Juggernaut, which we sold. We have 2 full sets of Ascended gear, which we have all of the agony resistance required for tier 4 fractals, and I'm currently sitting at somewhere in the 80s for the personal fractal level. I've completed all of the challenge modes in fractals, excluding the Lonely Tower, but we have completed the Dancing with Demons or Dances with Demons title on the account, which is the Sunqua Peak challenge mode title. As far as raids are concerned, we have done all of the normal mode raids excluding Twin Largos, Kadim 1, Kadim 2, and Doom. We have completed some of the CMs, but we're missing most of them. We have completed the Envoy 1 and 2 collections, and we are waiting on both regular materials and time-gated materials like LI. For strike missions, we have completed all of the available normal mode strike missions, excluding the Old Lion's Court. So the question, I guess, is how can you take what I've done here and translate it into what you should be doing, or how to translate it into your own gameplay? And the ironic thing is it's actually currently what I'm studying in school, which is project management. So from my understanding, project management is largely a deconstruction of tasks and forecasting and assigning orders to things. There are a lot of different methodologies and solutions, but for me, this is how I handle my in-game projects. So for phase 1, we have deconstruction. So let's take our current goal of legendary armor. You of course need to complete the collections before you can actually craft it, sure, but there are a lot of other non-collection related items that are required. So we need Gift of Prosperity, we need Gift of Dedication, and we need Gift of Prowess. The last piece is the refined Envoy armor, which you get from the collection. So we already have identified that acquisition process, which is actually the next step. Phase 2, acquisition. Identifying what is required to get the gifts that you actually need. So for Prosperity, we need Mystic Clovers, Provisioner tokens, gold, and that's pretty much it. For the Gift of Dedication, we need Chalk Eggs, Auric Ingots, and Reclaimed Metal Plates with a Gift of the Pack, and all of these items are done from running Heart of Thorns metas. And for the Gift of Prowess, we essentially need Legendary Insights from raids, Spirit Shards, Obsidian Shards, and Cubes of Stabilized Dark Energy. So LI is raids, right? And Cube of Dark Energy is fractals, basically. So you have raids and fractals, and then the rest is just karma and experience, with both of those game modes give us. And then the last phase of this little project breakdown is phase 3, action. So our goal is legendary armor, and yes, you need to do the collection, but once that's done and you are feeling lost, you still have an answer to what you should be doing to meet your goals. For the breakdown between seasons, I need to be doing raids, I need to be doing fractals, I need to be collecting provisioner tokens, and then the rest will just be money, karma, and experience. Verdant Brink, Tangled Depths, and Auric Basin will be my stomping grounds outside of the instance content until I can get all of the materials I need for legendary armor. The rest is just time. And fortunately, unlike the open world legendary armor, there's a lot of variety of content to actually do to complete the legendary armor for raids. As I'm sure you have all seen up to this point, and at this point, all this is going to take is a little bit of focus, ensuring that I do the content that I need to do, and it'll get done. Just do the content, log out, log back in, do a little bit more, and that's it. The thing is that every goal in game works this way, including all of the new stuff that is coming out tomorrow with Janthir Wilds. Some people will have different goals, like homesteads or spears or mastery points or skins or story or whatever, but the key in Guild Wars 2 is to set your sights on something, take a minute to deconstruct it, and then you just have a to-do list. It's no different than any other to-do list that you've ever seen. You know, take out the trash, walk the dog, get the groceries, whatever. And the best part about it is that if you are feeling lost in your real life, you can do the same thing. I wanted a college degree, so I joined the military to get money for it. The rest of it was just taking classes. And now that I'm at the end of that journey, it's like completing a legendary. I'm looking forward to what's next, and I'm looking at different things like, oh, if I want this job, they give you all the requirements you need to get that job. So you just go down the list. I wanted to be a more active member in the Guild Wars 2 community. So I made a YouTube channel and focused around giving answers to the community on commonly asked topics like fractals, raids, and other things that I'm familiar with. And because of that, I'm currently able to actually hook you guys up with gems, Janthir Wilds codes, and meet some of the popular creators that I've watched for years up to this point. You would really be surprised at what happens when you just say, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna do it. But for those of you that want to know what happened last week in game, as the last week in the series before Janthir Wilds, I did some fractals, I did some raids, and I geared out the Revenant. The Revenant only took about 10 minutes to gear out. I just went to the world versus world vendors to get my armor and trinkets, and I used the skills notary to convert all of the Jade heroics into Corteria skill points and some Path of Fire ones to finish out the Herald. I still have a ton of goals left to complete. We are going to revisit the Aurora and Vision and Coalescence collections, and once we get there, we might even have more goals to work for. But for now, this account will be taking a break and slowly grinding in the background until all of the hype for the new expansion wears off. I will still be creating videos, guides, and so on, so I'm not going anywhere. But Zero to Hero will get replaced with something else, at least for a little bit. And for this week, I'm only going to highlight one comment, and it's going to be our friend Demigros. I'm not sure if you checked back and saw my reply to you, but you should definitely shoot me a message in game and I will hook you up with a copy of Janthir Wilds. All of the giveaways that I've done have been funded by YouTube ad revenue money, and it's not my intention on getting rich or using this money for anything outside of just giving you guys better content. I was a poor gamer, and one of my buddies back in the day bought me Eye of the North back in Guild Wars 1, so that way me and him could play together. And so here's a little way to pay it forward. So Demigros, leave a comment with your in-game tag. You can find it on your friends page in-game. But if you use the ArenaNet launcher and not the Steam client, I can hook you up with a game code for Janthir. With that, I'll close out this video. It's been a real light week on playtime because I've been so busy with school. Realistically, the Janthir Wilds drop is coming at a pretty bad time for me personally, but I'm looking forward to seeing how it's received and getting to play with some of the new stuff on my main account. Thanks for riding with me through season 1 of Zero to Hero. I look forward to getting back into it after a couple of months. Thanks for watching. Special thanks to all of my subscribers, and I'll see you all in Janthir. Peace.